Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Nigerian Space Show TNS. Today being the end of Ramadan, just Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim viewers, friends, family out there. Today it's really a chill discussion. We're just going to be speaking about how everyone's really coping during the lockdown. Before we get into any further details, as usual, it's me, Adiola. We have Ife here as well. We have
Hello,
DJ
everyone.
Shub.
Hi
And
everyone.
joining us today, we also have Dewumi.
Hello everyone.
Hey, hey, hey,
Hi
hey.
guys.
Hi. So I just we just go straight in there in
Hello.
terms of in terms of COVID-19, coronavirus, all across the world. I think everyone's been taking different approaches. I guess
Mhm.
different governments have started to either ease the lockdown, lift the lockdown completely, or apparently there are even some countries and some states within some countries who didn't even go into lockdown at all. So if I could just throw it straight out there to our guest speaker today, Dewumi. How have you been coping with the lockdown? Okay, we have pause. We have our other guest speaker here now, Titi.
How
How
you
you
doing?
doing?
I'm good. Very well. Sorry.
Perfect, and no worries at all. So we're just speaking about how everyone has been coping during this COVID-19 coronavirus, and I was just briefly introducing it, saying that different countries around the world have lifted the lockdown or have eased the lockdown. So we're just going to be finding out what everyone's been doing. Hopefully, everyone that's watching, drop your comments. We'll take your comments as we go along. So I'll just throw it right out there today with me. How have you been coping?
Um, it's been crazy here in New York. It's hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
It's really been crazy in New York, but I've just been trying to do new things, trying to, you know, try something new. Like I don't know how to take pictures, so I started taking a class on photography. And it's been helping. Then I also started taking a few courses to just to keep me busy because it's really, really not been easy. Especially in New York, we've not been able to go out. Everybody's scared because the cases in New York keeps increasing
New York was the
and
capital of
yeah,
COVID before. In
Yeah,
America, in
it
yeah.
was. It was
America.
So
crazy,
I've
like
just been trying to
crazy
stay safe
scary.
and so I don't get myself crazy because I don't like to stay indoors, but I had to this period and I think it also helps me connect with myself, sort of try
Mm.
new
Hmm.
things, knowing myself better, if that's the right sentence to
Get
use.
to know
Yeah.
yourself better.
I've
Right.
really been doing positive stuff with it. With staying home.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
think that's
think
Mm.
about
I'm kind of in agreement with you on that. For me, the staying home has been the thing that has really been crazy. Like just finding things to do. In the beginning, I kind of went, I kind of had a structure because I work quite well within structures. I need to know that between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. I'm doing this,
mm-hmm.
between 11. I feel like the first few days I had these mad expectations. At one point, I was like, yes, now I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sign up for 1,000,001 free courses. I'm going
Story.
to do XYZ. I'm going to arrange. See, all these I'm going to, I'm still going to.
Story.
I'm actually, I'm actually still going to, honesty.
Uh,
So yeah,
okay.
I'm still
We'll be,
going
we'll be
to.
on we'll be on the lookout. Look out.
How about yourself, Titi? Have you learned any new skills, picked up any new skills? How have you been coping? Where are you at now compared to when we first went into lockdown?
Yeah, so mine has been quite interesting. So initially it actually took a while for me to actually stop into work because for some reason my office basically were like, no, we're gonna keep coming in, but we're gonna social distance at work and all this. But anyway, initially, yeah, like I was kind of like yourself, like I was trying to put a structure for everything. So I work in Dublin, but my family lives in Waterford, which is like 3 hours from 2.5 hours from Dublin. So I was up in Dublin on
Hmm.
my own, like um sharing. I basically went in Dublin, and yeah, that was fine. Like I was working, reading, like literally doing all the things that I wouldn't have time to do. I had started a course before the lockdown started, with, like some data analytics on Udemy. So I was like proper going in on that, like signed up for like everything and analytics.
Following the money because data is king right now. Following the money, I
Listen,
see
sis, that's exactly it. Like,
you.
so I was
I
literally
see
on
you.
that. Like, I was just really pumped. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna have time to do everything that I haven't had time to do. Like, I used to love reading, but literally haven't read it in ages. So yeah, and then like even with the fitness, like every evening I was going for walks, I was doing all my abs, everything, and then I came up to Waterford then because I was just like, there's no point to me being up in Dublin on my own, when I can just come up to the family, like so came up then like mid-April. And I think when I came up to Dublin, I wasn't expecting this whole lockdown to go on for too long. I think I was being optimistic. I literally only bought like casual clothes. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be going back in like, 3 weeks, whatever. And yeah, I've been here. And I think the last time I've been home for this long has been like college. So yeah, that's been quite interesting. Being home with like my younger brothers and sisters, and just the family. Like it's been nice. It's been fun. Um,
But you're over
we just
it.
finished
Don't worry, this is
Ramadan,
a safe
and
space. You're over it.
yeah, I'm getting there. I just feel like I don't have my own space here. Like, so, you see, early on, I was like literally had to get my brother to get out of his room because I'm like, can you just keep quiet? But and it's been nice. Like, it's been good and bad to it. Like, but yeah, I think I'm just getting to the stage. I'm like, I can't work from home anymore. Like, I'm just sick of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool, cool. How about yourself, DJ Shoop?
it's been
We
good.
know what you've been getting up to, but continue. You've been
How do
doing
you know?
TNS, and so
You don't say anything. Like you've been saying,
so
I've been doing.
you want to cast yourself now. I'm talking about TNS, so that's what me I'm talking about, please.
What have I been doing? Tennis. Okay. Anyway, Sha, let's not talk about that. Anyway, well, the first month of the lockdown for me was kind of cool because I was out at work. I work from home most times, but sometimes I travel out to the client. So I was on the client site for the first 2 weeks when the whole lockdown started in some states, but they didn't lock down my state that I was working at. So it was kind of cool for us. I get back home 3 weeks after I get back home, everything will be fine. And I've gotten back home now in like a month or two. Now I'm feeling like, okay, this is not normal. Because normally I'm home for like a month or two, and then I go out to the client side. But now everything that we do on the client side is being done over WebEx. I mean, is not the same thing, man. Like my butt hurts from sitting down for meetings. Like I work like I still get up, walk around, but now you sit down
Yeah,
and be in meetings. The highest you do is carry your laptop and walk around the house and come back. If you can carry it around with the kids disturbing, it's a total life
yeah.
changing.
Listen, I don't know if anyone else is the same, yeah, because I was on my fitness journey before COVID-19 started and we entered lockdown. Then I fell along the way, then I picked up. But my major challenge right now is actually socially distancing from the fridge and the cupboard. It's actually becoming it's becoming unreal. It's becoming
I
unreal.
was actually working out too. I was like, you know what? That it would be cool for me to come out of this lockdown and people will see me. What did you do? You're looking fit, blah
Summer
blah.
body.
I was doing the whole thing. I was seeing my 6 packs was coming back. Everything was coming back. I'm like, wait, this summer body that I'm trying to have, there's not going to be summer 2020. So maybe I just forget it. The summer
Exactly.
2020 cancelled. We'll resume working
Summer
out.
2020 is postponed.
Everything is possible. I just like, you know what? I'm
Summer is
not even bothered right
cancelled.
now. My neighbors, but good thing, one thing I would say about this lockdown is normally I don't even know my neighbors. We just say hi, hello, we just drive and go. But now we're
Hmm.
getting to like hang out, our kids play together. I step out of my neighborhood. In fact, we're having a block party today. We're like, you know what, let's just come, stand in front
You
of the
people are having
garage.
Corona Fest. You say block
And
party. You're having Corona Fest.
what the level we are at right now, I don't even know. I'm from Texas though. I'm from Texas, and we are the craziest one in America. They opened up our our state a long time. The bars are open in Texas. We open up 50% open. The bars are open. Almost everywhere is open in Texas. I went to the bar
Mm.
the other day
Wow.
to go pick up bottles of drink, and they actually set the chairs like 6 feet apart. But Texas is there's nothing you can do to us. It's just watch it at your own risk. That's the thing. Go out at your own risk. That's it. Because everywhere is open.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, because I feel like in the UK, in London especially, the lockdown has been a bit strict. It's kind of
Mm.
like, okay, all the regulations are in place. It wasn't as strict as it was in, let's say, like China, where they were literally barricading some people into
Hmm.
their homes. But I do feel like it was strict. Like restaurants are closed. There were very few delivery restaurants open as well. Bars, like everything is closed. Barring supermarkets, pharmacies, and essential workers. Transport the essential workers to their place of work. But it got to a point where I was just thinking that okay, because the WhatsApp university groups too were there. My mom was
They will
coming
give you
fast and
updates.
hard, fast and hard, fast and hard. So every now and again, like you filter through certain things, other things you know straight away like this is bullshit. Excuse my French, this is rubbish. And then other things you actually might pick interest and click on it, and then you start getting all this information. There was one point I did get a video that was like, well, at the end of the day, this is a virus. You can't actually kill a virus. So eventually, we are all going to get it.
Hmm.
At that point, I was like, I was ready. I was ready to risk it all. I was ready to hit my friends up like, yo, slumber parties,
Yeah, that's
Netflix
what
and
everybody has been
chill.
doing, though.
Let's
That's what
drink
most people
up.
have been doing over here. Most people have been having like get-togethers, but there's a rule
Mhm.
to it now that you don't put it online so that they won't cast you. Yeah,
Well, people that put their whole life online in the first instance, I will never understand them, sha, but
I mean,
mm,
you can go visit family and friends that you are sure that okay, oh, you've been watching the person that they've been quite like
mhm,
a friend of mine came to visit last weekend, and I know she and the family they've been home for like over a month. So even if they have the
mm.
virus, so it's around. I mean, how to come back to my come hang out. We had barbecue, we chill, we didn't snap about it, nobody saw anything. So like my block party now that we're doing today, I shouldn't have even said it. It's online now.
That's a cast. That's a cast.
You
But
don't know
for
where I'm
me, the
living.
major challenge with those kind of things is because, like you said, you have to try and be alert. For me, the major challenge for me was that when they started talking about certain people who are in high risk. My
Mm.
aunt unfortunately falls within a high risk category due to an underlying health condition. My grandma has been like even before they officially put us in lockdown. My grandma that we normally have to beg, don't go to church, don't go here, don't go this, but she go to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like she was even the one telling us that no, they said I'm at risk, I'm staying at home. So this woman has literally been indoors, like she hasn't stepped out. You have to tell her that listen, it's not that deep. You can actually
Yeah, you can
leave
take a
your
walk.
house, you can take a walk and come back. But I say all that to say she's been taking her necessary precautions, and I'm the one that's doing her shopping. I'm the one that's
Mm.
going around there doing her
Ah,
cooking, doing so for me, it's kind of like I had to take
At
that
least
extra
for once
level of
you're trying to do
precaution.
something nice. Thank God for the lockdown. Lockdown, you're trying to
I'm a
do
nice
something
I'm
nice.
a nice person, please. Please and
Yeah,
please. Everybody out there can attest to this.
it's all good. It's all
But so for
good.
me, for me, I had to take that extra level of I had to be more strict to myself because I honestly don't I honestly don't understand how I would personally be able to live with myself if this woman has taken all these precautions. She's not going out. She's telling people don't come, like just leave me alone, and
I
then
think
I will be the one
that's
out of my own carelessness. That has been the greatest fear for me. So I've not been
I
going
would
anywhere,
say
like
let me
nowhere.
sorry to cut you short, but I think that's one thing that I really must take out. There are two things I really must take out from this lockdown that it allows you to really, really be able to know how to be be comfortable in your own space and know how to spend time with yourself. And then if you have family, know how to I really appreciate your family
Hmm.
and be there for actually really, really be there for them because you don't have any choice. You're not going anywhere. But now you now have to start thinking of okay, how do I really be there? What have I been missing? Like my kids now, they would tell me straight up, they always say, Daddy, you don't play with us. I'm working. Like you're always working. Okay, weekend, maybe on the weekend after work you play with us, but weekend I gotta prepare for other things too. So it really opens up a lot that we've missed out in life because we're always busy traveling, going up and down. Now we have time to take care of your family or take care of yourself for yourself. This is one good thing I would say. And then I would say one other thing too, that for those who actually really do have a job, it is a thing to be grateful for in this lockdown. Companies are shutting down, companies are cutting salaries by 20%, cutting salaries by 15%, and some of us still we're still good despite everything. And even
Mm.
though I
But
mean our
boss,
company
do give me
still
away. Do give
I
me away,
know.
please.
Even though my company still told us we had a meeting on Monday. Imagine waking up 8 a.m. meetings and they call the meeting and they say, we are cutting this, blah, blah. It missed me by a
Mm.
little bit. Like, thank God, no, I'm not getting this. So if you get an amount, a particular amount of salary, they're cutting your salary. So I was a little bit below that. Well, thank God I didn't even ask for. At least I'm still getting my full. But then some of us are going to suffer. Most of us are going to suffer because our end of year bonus is going to be cut short because they're not making money. That's what they
Mm.
claim. But we're still
Mm.
working on.
Mm.
And they say they're not making
Mm.
money, but it's all good. But yeah, it just makes you appreciate what you have, appreciate life, and learn how to appreciate yourself. People are. My boy was at my place yesterday and was talking too, and he said something that more this lockdown is treating me bad, gone, treating me bad. Like, what is he doing to you, gone, gone? You can't really express. Not doing me with this now. Not doing me with this now. Like I understand, but yeah, it just makes you appreciate life, appreciate what you have, and appreciate the people
Yeah.
around you. So
Mhm. Mhm.
that's pretty much it for me. If you're alpha, you've not said anything this lockdown.
I'm,
The lockdown, the,
I'm
lock,
packaging everything.
the
I'm
lockdown made you
packaging
shut up.
man. The lockdown, the thing shook me on. I won't even lie.
How about going out for TC2?
It shook me because my job also I also travel to client side just like ships. And ending of March, they just canceled the next the week after, and they're like, you guys will have to, work remote. And my department has been clamoring for that. So, it was like, yay, yippee, we get to work from home.
Mhm.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Ah, ah. When I started, it started turning to very, very, man. I was like, okay, fine. I forgot what day it was really. I was just like, okay, fine. I'll just go log in and stuff. And because I travel so much, my family misses me. I don't get to do as much stuff. And also now that I'm at home, I'm seeing, what really goes on in the house. And shout out to my wife. Yeah, she does
Thank
a
you,
lot.
IT.
Yeah,
We
she does a lot.
appreciate you.
And so she'll jokingly she'll say, "Are you okay? Are you tired?" I'll be like, "No, no, no, I'm good." So yeah, and also like you guys have said, I think it's just a learning curve to
Mhm.
appreciate stuff more, family, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I also thought it was going to be an opportunity for me to work out and lose my beer belly, but lies of
Life comes at you fast.
yes, lies of the devil. It hasn't worked. The only workout I do is I put in the steps to the fridge to get something. So I don't yeah I don't know. So I've just come to the conclusion that 2020 didn't happen, nothing happened. We'll reset in 2021.
Cancelled.
Yeah,
Out
that's
of
Yeah.
pretty true.
curiosity, actually, I was going to throw a question out to Titi. In terms of Ramadan and the fasting, did you find it easier during lockdown, or were there more challenges during lockdown? How
Yeah.
did you find the whole fasting?
I was worried initially because I was like, I definitely thought it was going to feel longer because like usually you're at work, you're going about, like, it just flies. So I was kind of like being at
Hmm.
home all day is going to be challenging and it's going to be long, but it actually flew. Like it went so
Yeah, it
fast,
was
and
pretty fast though. You guys were
yeah, like I don't know. Maybe I think as well because I'm actually home with the family. Like,
Mhm.
like I have my mom, my dad around. Like, it was really nice to actually experience that. I haven't, like, literally since maybe I was 18 was the last time I've actually spent like a full Ramadan with my family like this.
Wow.
So yeah, it was very nice. And like usually, like I don't even get the time to
Mm.
I usually don't even get the time to like, you know, like pray properly or like, try to wake up in the middle of the night to pray and all that extra things like, that you would like to do in Ramadan, like, reading your Quran because you're at work, like, and then you're
Mm.
just tired as well, like with the fasting. So it was really nice to actually have time this Ramadan, like to be honest. I did kind of miss the part of like, attending lectures, going to pray in congregation and that kind of thing. I really did. But like to be honest, like it kind of brought back the element of spending time with your family, like, because every single night,
Mhm.
like we'd pray as a family, which a lot of people don't even do like anymore because everyone is so busy, everyone
Mhm.
has different schedules, like so yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Well, I think
Eid,
So cool.
we don't want to miss the part where we're getting on each other's nerves because now we're talking like we all have nice families and good. See, it's getting to a
trust
point
me,
where
I have younger brothers and sisters. Trust me, I won't even lie. I put my hands up. We've had a lot of fights.
yo, my kids get on my nerves.
Oh,
That
listen.
I oh
I will show
man.
them this when they're old enough to appreciate it. Don't worry.
No, they
This will
know.
be
They
done.
know they get on. That one is not even a, they know they get on my nerves. But even I mean, sometimes you just gotta. Well, I one thing I do now because couldn't work out anymore and I stopped working out. I go on a ride. I take my bike. Thank God I bought a bike before the lockdown, so I just go on a ride around the neighborhood. Like I need to be away because if I want to go with my car, they'll say, "Ah, let me go with you. I want to go with you, Daddy." But if I'm going with my bike, even at that one, they'll still say they want to join you because they have their own bikes. But like, nah, this is just my moment. I need to be alone from everybody, away from all of you. Let me just take a breath of fresh air. So yeah, that's another thing too that we can't run away from this lockdown. Like people that we're getting on each other's nerves, we're seeing each other every day. You wake up, the person is there. You go to bed, the person is there. Like it's been like yo, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you see the same. Like man, but thank God they are family. You can imagine if it was someone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true, true, true. And has anyone actually, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh yeah.
Has anyone actually like anyone who used to be kind of an introvert? I'm not sure if there are any introverts on here. I'm not really an introvert,
I'm an
but
introvert.
I'm going to cast
I
myself
could pass for
now.
one too.
I can steadily decline requests, and my usual excuse was I'm working, which wasn't really an excuse. I did used to work a lot of hours, but for me, there was a day I was just here like, man, all the days I could have gone out and I didn't go. I'm also a perpetual late comer. Like I'm late for everything. So I've been promising my friends that listen, after this
Ah,
lockdown,
once they
anywhere you
open
invite
up,
me,
relax.
be there at 2 p.m. I'll be there at 10 minutes to 2. I'm never taking another minute for granted ever again in my life.
I
And I
know,
just feel
right?
like for me, it was the fact that that option is no longer there to not go out because I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but I would say five out 2 out of 5 Fridays I might go out. Sometimes I might not go out in a whole month because you're working all these hours and you really sometimes just want to rest. The rest that I was looking for, I
Not
found
more
it.
than enough.
I'm done once. I'm done. If I never have to rest again to the day I die, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done resting. It's okay. It's enough. For
Yeah, I'm,
real.
I'm not I'm not so much of an introvert, but I don't like going out. I only like I would go to a get together like a house party than go out to the club because house parties
Mm,
there we all know the people there. So one I think it started affecting me a long time during this lockdown where there were no more house parties, and even if I don't really go out, at least most of the people in my house will be somewhere, like gone somewhere, and I'll be the only one at home
mhm,
having yeah, it's my time. I can watch any movie I want to watch, be in the house by myself, nobody disturbing
Mm-hmm.
me. Now I can't. I don't even have my space. Go into your room, you don't have your space. Go anywhere, you know, there's no space there. So that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing I think. Being an introvert, I'm not really much of an introvert. I think well, I don't even know the word for that. I
We are
just
not
like being in my
introverts,
space.
please. We are
I
not.
like being in my space. So you don't know me. I like being in my space. Even if I go out to club, if I want to go out to club, think about low that if it section more love because I don't want to be in the club where everybody is now pushing me. Okay, let me be my section. I'm shitting and I'll be watching. I love
Mm-hmm.
watching people. Moving around. So I go
Section
out,
guy.
I go watch people do their rubbish, and I go back to my house. Or when I am in my house, I just want people to go, and I'm in. So yeah, my lifestyle has totally changed, and I think it's like I said, it's just making me appreciate people more. I mean, ah, people are around, learn how to be around them. But once they open up, I'm going somewhere. Although thank God, my work is telling us now because I work for in the healthcare industry, so I think we're traveling sometime soon. Oh yeah, we're at the meeting at work. That's something funny that happened. We're at the meeting at work, and we're like, oh, we might open up again, and they're telling us that, oh, guys, some of you might have to travel to client sites. We're sorry, but we're gonna get you all the gear you need for precaution. I almost see everybody at the meeting. Choose me. I don't care. I want to leave. like, even someone said, I want to leave my house. I'm tired of being a teacher. I can't be teaching my kids and working at the same time. Please, I want to. But yeah,
If
everybody is
you
ready
really
to
look at
go.
it, if you really look at it now, being at home, you are justifying whatever you're paying for rent, whatever you're paying for mortgage.
Yeah,
It-
that's
It's being
True.
justified because you pay X amount of pounds or dollars and you're hardly home.
yeah.
And I'm sure definitely we've all at some point thought about it like I'm just pouring money. I'm not enjoying it. But now you're like, okay, 100%
You're
return
enjoying it
on this one.
now. Enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's good.
It's been crazy though.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, man. It's been crazy.
this is a random question. Do you know anyone or you know someone that knows someone who has caught the virus?
Stay with me. I'll let
Yeah.
you go first.
Um. Mhm. Like my friends, would I say aunt or yeah, a mom's best friend actually died from the virus. I think in Maryland. And yeah, I've known before people that actually said they know somebody, some or my mom's friend or my colleague at work. So yeah, I know I didn't really think coronavirus was that serious until I started hearing the news like, oh, I know this person that died, and these are people that are really close, or these are people that are really close to me. And yeah, like
I
back
know
then.
Babyface caught it now. I know him on Instagram, so I know he caught it.
Who?
Babyface,
If,
Babyface.
if,
Oh
that's the
if,
yeah,
people that
no.
caught it.
if that's the case
No,
now,
let me share this. No, let me share this now, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. We had our own scare in this house. Like, I'm not going to lie. People that know me, I don't want them to come and comment because one person already commented that I'm a nice person. I'm actually a nice person. So
Yeah.
I'm not that religious. So it's my prayers sometimes God might just be knocking me on my head that you have come again because you want something. There was a point in I think at the end of March, I was praying like no man's business because I was just on Twitter one night and I was scrolling, and I got to see the gist about someone catching the virus and dying due to a party, an 80th party that was held in the UK. I didn't attend that party, but my lockdown partner, my auntie, she was at that party. The celebrant is actually her best friend's father-in-law,
Oh
so she
wow.
was there. Like she was with them at the hotel. They were setting up. She was on the table. So she knew the faces. So from the pictures, when I saw that the story was trending, I think the party was on the 10th of March. From the pictures, even myself, I was already calculating that I feel like say this woman
Okay.
not be
How
this
many
man.
days? How
I
many
was
days now? 14 days, I mean.
ha, I was just there panicking. And you see, the mind is a crazy thing because even though I knew the party was on the 10th of March, whoever broke the story had reported that it because the party was during the week. But whoever broke the story on Twitter, he was claiming that, oh, if you were at so and so party, better go into self-isolation, had made it seem as if the party was on a weekend. So already my numbers are messed up in my head. So I was already like, shit, that was only 10 days ago. What the hell is happening? The other, and all of a sudden I had every symptom on earth. I was like, I have headache, that's true. I was coughing yesterday. I was sneezing. I'm not even gonna lie. I was doing all sorts. At one point, I was even like, my hair is falling out. Is that a symptom? Like everything was a symptom. Like my ankle was hurting at one point. I was like, just fuck this thing. So we really did have our moments. Unfortunately, there were quite. I'll say there were about 8 to 10 people that we know personally who were at that party that unfortunately lost their lives.
Wow.
They were quite elderly. Yeah, they were quite elderly. So at that, so for me, because that was so early on, that was in the second week of in the third week of March, I think, and we hadn't even I think we had only been in lockdown for about 3 days in the UK. So for me, it was real from the beginning.
From the
So
start.
just having that in mind from start, there was at no point was it like, oh, they are lying. These things are just numbers, Jare. From the get
And
go,
that's what they first
mm,
started saying in America. Then as a black person, you won't get it. And like, it's only for white
they
Mm.
were
people.
saying all
Initially,
time now, like black people are not getting this, and then Idris Elba
yeah.
came out, and even when Idris Elba came out, people like they paid him jaw,
I
doesn't
did you
have
see Cardi B?
it.
Cardi B too tweeted that, wait, all of you are catching this thing. I didn't pay you to catch it. That okay.
As in,
You call me by check, I'll catch it too. I was like, wow. Because yeah, Idris came, Babyface. Like our celebrities they're coming. Well, let's just none of
And
them.
they now came with one thing that he doesn't live long in Africa, and because of the African skin.
Yeah, the son again, they say it's
except
heat.
because of the heat. Yeah,
Hmm.
The heat.
I totally believe that.
No, I don't believe
You
it
know
because
what? I would have believed it. The only reason I didn't believe it then was because there were cases in Australia. Do you guys know how hot it is in Australia? Like, do
Yeah.
you actually know how hot it is in Australia? And there were cases in Australia. So at that point, I was like, okay, no, that's a
white
lie.
people they
I
involved.
was just so I was hell bent. I'm not gonna lie, I was hell bent on believing it. At one point, my auntie was telling me, "Slow down now. You haven't even gone anywhere. Why are you washing?" Like I had alarms to wash my hands. I'm not gonna lie. I was at that point where I was like, "Wash your hands. Do this, this." From the get go, it was crying, and it's not a nice feeling. I was genuinely scared at a point, but
It is
thank
scary
God
though.
I calmed down.
If you see the fact that there's no cure yet and there's no vaccine, even if there's a vaccine, I always tell people that even if there's a vaccine today, I'm not taking it for the next 2 years. I'm not even going to take the vaccine because it's like they're going to have to put the virus in you so that your body would form an antibody to fight against it, and that's it. Well, I know it's
I
it.
don't know. I don't know whether I'm pro vaccines or anti vaccines, but at the end of the day, whatever vaccine you're taking, it's not even just for the virus. If you've ever taken a flu jab, if your kids have ever taken any form of vaccination, that's just the nature of how vaccines work. So I'm not even opposed to the fact that they have to put it in you. That's it's not just for the
But I've
coronavirus.
seen
That's the
people.
nature
I
of
know
vaccines.
people that have gotten the flu vaccine. I know some lady. She works with us.
Mm,
She was okay until she started getting the flu because you have to get a flu vaccine at work, and she got
mm-hmm,
it, and now she's having mad skin issues. Her neck, she has some mad skin issues that she can't even raise her neck that much. Her neck, her
mm-hmm,
body is tearing apart, and things are falling apart because she took the flu
mm-hmm.
vaccine. So that's for even for flu vaccine that has been for years. Now talk about a
Yeah.
new disease that we don't really know much about. They now come and now tell
Mm-hmm.
you that there's a vaccine for it and more. I'm not getting any vaccine. Either
Let me ask you,
Especially,
would you take it if they tell you, okay, there's a vaccine today?
I lie.
They will, are you
I won't
taking
take
it?
it to.
No,
I
no,
No,
definitely
You won't
wait.
take it. How about
no.
Let other
listen?
people go
Nobody is
and
taking
test
it.
on it.
no.
No.
Get me the chloroquine. Get me the
This one, I don't
medication.
even understand the virus. So, like, the
Exactly.
person, we don't even know if it's like, ah,
Ah,
let
Yeah.
other people go and test it first. If they are
Thank
exactly.
okay,
you.
yeah.
That's the best thing.
Batch
let
B,
me
but we will do batch B with the batch C.
let me sound
I
like a
beg.
typical Nigerian person. I'll drink agbo instead.
Yes. If you
Yes, I take
follow,
my lemon, ginger, garlic, and
yeah,
it
lemon,
works on
Oh
me.
my
ginger,
God. Do they
everything
actually
opposite.
work? Like all those stuff, like
Oh,
them.
I don't
Uh,
think it works, but
Nah,
since
it
I
works,
don't
dude.
have
It
this
works.
virus, I'm
It
good.
works,
Like, and I
man.
take it every day.
All those Agbo work,
Yeah,
so all those things work.
I don't think in terms of
Mm-hmm.
in terms of agbo generally, I'm not opposed to taking them. I wouldn't say it's 100% like okay, yeah. So 'cause some people swear by it, just the same way some people swear by
The only
medication.
thing
For me, the
about
main thing,
it is it
mm,
works, but the only thing about it is not lab tested, so you don't know your dosage. You could be fucking up, sorry, you could be messing up your liver or your kidney because you're drinking too much
Oh, too much of
dosage
it.
for your body. But it does work. You might kill the vaccine, it might kill the virus and kill more in your body. So that's
Mm.
why I would
mm,
not recommend having too much. Even if you take lemon, ginger, and what's that thing, the tea. If you
garlic.
really read up on lemon and drinking lemon tea, that you don't want to drink too much because it's gonna mess up your pH balance and then you
yeah.
mess up your stomach. It's not damaging to anything, but it's just too much of it is not good. So pretty much too much of
Mm,
everything is not good. So I mean, I'll take medication if they bring out a medication. I'll take it just to help me. But even if you in the medical field, there's a reason why they say if you take a particular medication, like if you're used to normally taking paracetamol or Tylenol for your headache, it will get to a point where
mhm,
it won't work for your headache anymore because your body is used to it.
Yeah.
So if you
yeah.
now switch to probably like we have Advil over here. If you switch to Advil, then now start working again because your body is used to it. That's why if you go to the hospitals, doctors they would prescribe take this one in the morning, take this one at night, so that way your body would not get used to it and then throw up a resistance against the medication.
Yeah, I think
So
that was the main thing I
anything,
was going to say. That I'm also with you on that page in terms of I do believe these things work, but it's just that in terms of we don't know what the dosages are, we don't
yeah.
know what the side effects are, and we don't know if it's actually working or if it's just suppressing it till a later date.
Hmm.
Like you really don't know. And like I think like Titi said, this is a virus that they don't even understand themselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Every day we're hearing
because
different things. Like
Yeah.
in
we
the
don't have.
So,
beginning, yeah, in the
mhm.
beginning, they were so convinced that if you're under a certain age, you don't get affected by it. They were
Yeah.
Hmm.
so
And
convinced
then all
that
of a sudden, it's
these,
like babies are getting it.
Hmm.
mm,
Yeah.
mm, it was crazy.
So for me, I was sitting on the fence about it. I was like, I think they're blowing it out of proportion and stuff. And like you said, people started giving out thanks to University of WhatsApp and stuff that it doesn't affect this person, it doesn't affect that. Until a friend of mine in New Jersey was like, oh, he knows someone. They went to school together, a Nigerian guy, that he's
Hmm.
not even 30 yet, and he just died from it. And I was like, are you serious? I was like, and I started changing from doubting Thomas. I was like, this thing is getting serious till my own friend, personal friend, as in I know him well. He's
Hmm.
into the medical field. He caught it live and direct. He caught it. And he was like,
Mm,
if anyone is, he was like, please sit your ass at home. If you are thinking it doesn't exist or it cannot catch you because you are young, you are mistaken.
Hmm.
And he started giving play by play as to how the thing affects. He's like you putting your head. He said how it started is like you putting your head on a concrete ground, then they're hitting like a sledgehammer right in front of your head, not on your head, oh, right in front of your head. And
Oh
it will do
God.
that for 15 minutes, stop, then do it again for another 15 minutes. So he was like,
mm.
if anyone tells you it's not real,
So, Diola, you see your symptoms wasn't the same thing. So forget about
This was a match now. If the Coro is really hiding right now, then the Coro must be mad because
I
this
was
was a
kind of
match.
like
And
I
since
was
then, I've
kind of
been
like
taking my
Diola.
necessary precautions, please.
I was like Diola because I told you when the whole thing started, I had to fly back. We're in Arizona. It was spring break. I remember it was spring break weekend that it started. And my hotel back then in Arizona, Arizona too is sunny. My hotel
Mm,
was like the spring break capital of Arizona. People come from everywhere for spring break and all that. So there were like college kids around playing, and I was like, hey, see Corona Festo. So I was scared that hey, I might have caught this thing. Then I had to fly back home too. So I went to the airport, flew back home. When I even got home, so I went to the garage first, dropped all my bags. I already put everything. I just left my underwear and ran into the shower first before anybody. I said, I came in, I went back home, came back home late. First thing, I booked my flight to get back home like 1 a.m. so that nobody will see me. I don't want to hug anybody. I went to shower, like hot water, everything. Like, hey, Jesus. So, and then I started feeling, my chest. This one. Hey, I know, okay, did I catch this thing? But later, I started seeing videos of people that's talking about their experience. Like, I'm on a small thing they do me, Jare. So, yeah, from what I've heard, the symptoms is way worse than anything you can think you have.
Yeah.
So, forget about chest
Mhm.
pain and
But
let's
it's crazy though, like what the mind does. Like
yeah.
during that period, like even whenever you sneeze or like if someone sneezes beside you, you overthink it, and it's like we didn't just start sneezing. Like we've all been sneezing and coughing from time, but
And
all
that's
of a
what they
sudden
Yeah.
say now. That's what they
you
say that when you go for a HIV test, before the result comes out, you're already thinking, I'm sick. Oh, you
Yeah.
you've not
Like
gone to
the
do
mind is a very crazy,
you go for HIV test before
very
the result
powerful
comes out.
thing.
Hey, you'll be there like,
start giggling.
hey, this symptom that I have is it positive? You will now see the result, be like, wait, negative. Maybe it's
Don't
negative.
happen to
Means I
me.
don't have it. But yeah, the
Okay,
mind
cool.
the mind
All
messes
right.
up with us a lot.
I was just gonna ask if and also throw it out to our viewers. If you have any comments or anything you want to contribute, just drop it in the comment section so we can read it out before we round it off for tonight. So if they're over to you, if there are any comments that you'd like to read out, apart
Okay,
from people talking
so
about our nights, I know our nights.
okay. I think when Shupa was talking about the flu vaccine, Whitney agreed with him. So like same here with the flu vaccine. Motunrayo says Corona juice works. I don't know what Corona juice. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
so
means.
Because your African mom has not been bombarding you. See, Corona juice, Coro juice, I've been calling it. It's everything. I feel like there's one of my friends, Dolako, I think she's up to 3.0 now. Because at first it started with ginger, garlic, and lemon. And then at some point, the mummies were told that you have to add pineapple skin. So then pineapple
Ah,
skin was added. At another point, at another
yeah,
point, they had to add garlic. At one point it's like,
Cinnamon.
okay, blend everything,
yeah, cinnamon,
cinnamon hair. So
turmeric.
we're on to 3.5 now. So those are the Koro juice, the agbo, the Koro juice that is working to
Okay,
deal with this virus.
nice one, nice one.
So, and also while we're still here, if there's any particular topic that you'd like us to discuss, we're happy to hear from you guys. Five heads are better than two, two heads are better than one, and you guys, if you're not interested in what we have to say, then there's no point in us being here. So let's hear what you'd like us to discuss on subsequent shows. Please use your head because I've seen some names in the comment section. I know you. I know my friends. Some of you, I will not use your head. Please use your head, please.
Why are you friends with people
But
that don't use their head? Why are you
opposites
friends with
attract
people
now.
that don't use their
I'm
head?
opposites attract. I'm the ones. I'm trying to guide them in the right path. The same way
Okay.
Jesus came for sinners. You
Ah,
understand?
it was set
So.
on Jesus. Okay,
Set. Set a mentor.
okay, it's all good.
And
It's
if
all
you're
good.
here also, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications just so you don't miss any of our episodes. We really do appreciate you coming in and joining our discussions week in, week out. We have something for you guys. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. We have something for you guys very soon.
Do give
And
away,
that's of
Joe.
that.
Hey, my
Do
shame.
you
Do
give away
give
now?
away. Do give
So,
away.
guys, talking about the way and the way they are even harassing me already, this entitlement mentality, I think we addressed it a few weeks ago. If you haven't watched that episode, it's on there. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section just so you know. If you come to me with dark matter one time, respect yourselves.
You
Like I
to
said,
respect
we
your
have
fans,
something for
man.
you guys.
Don't be burner
We
boy.
have,
Don't be a burner boy. Respect your fans.
please, I beg. Don't be an African giant, basically. So I'll just as is customary with us, we just quickly go around, ask everyone for their closing comments. If there's anything you just want to chip in, if there's anything you feel like you forgot to say earlier, any tips for anyone out there? Just 2 minutes going around, and I will start with DJ Shook.
Well, final words. I already mentioned it. Two things. Try to learn how to be in your space and enjoy being in your space. Try to appreciate your family and people around you more during this lockdown, and don't go mad. Try to find an easy way to just be alone. If it takes riding a bike, if it takes walking around your neighborhood, if it takes whatever way they can you can use to reset your mind. But then don't ever, I'm always big on that, don't ever resort to substance like eating food or drinking too much, because eventually it will catch up with you, trust me. But try to find ways to find an outlet. You will cough, that cough will not anyway.
Guys, I can't copy this again.
Just keep coughing, it's not good. But yeah, that's those are my final words. To find an outlet. If you can find crazy friends that would at least help you to keep sane, not friends that would.
Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to all my friends.
Yeah, right. That's
Because they're
those are
all
my final
crazy.
words. That's it
Cool.
for me,
Thanks a
though.
lot, DJ Shook. And how about yourself, Dewumi? Any final words, any closing comments for everyone?
Um, well, what I'm just gonna say is let's all just keep staying safe, and that's it for me.
Okay, cool. Keep it short and sweet. Cool. And how about yourself, Titi? Any final words, closing comments?
Um, I think what I would probably say is like for people maybe working from home and like I think we've been kind of disillusioned to think that we're working from home, but it's like no, we're working at home during a pandemic, like because like it's mentally tiring, mentally exhausting, and I think just be good to yourself and be kind to yourself, and like on days where you're having an off day or whatever, like don't be too hard on yourself because it's something I have definitely learned, like I don't know, just mentally, like, everything there, like uncertainty with everything and just not knowing what's going on and, kind of being anxious. Like, it does kind of put an extra layer of pressure on you and then having to work through that, like, and then, like, it's very easy to just think that why can't I just, get over it or whatever. But what I've just learned now is on days where I'm having a bad day, just acknowledge to myself that, what, it's a bad day and that's okay because we're in a bloody pandemic. So just be
Mm,
kind to yourself and, all that self-care stuff, man, do it. Whatever self-care means to you. If it's to rub face mask, rub the face mask. If it's to do yoga, do it.
yeah.
So whatever, like, that you can just do to like help clear your mind, like, and just do that, like, because honestly it's a tough time, like it's a tough time, like people have people very close to them that they've lost, or they know someone that have lost someone, or people that have lost jobs, and it's just there's a lot of negative news around at the moment, like, so it is tough mentally. So I think just be kind to yourself and go easy on yourself, and do all the necessary self-care that you need to do to make this period easier. And yeah, like, and having good people around you, I think that's one of the things that I am like, that I've been reminded of this period, is having like really good friends and just family that can be supportive, and just take time to appreciate them as well, if you have those people around you, because honestly it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yeah, I think I must
Very,
also say some
very
one more
well
thing, that
said.
it is allowing us to be able to call like the old school way, call people and gist, as opposed to normally
Yeah,
just typing gist, typing text. Now we get to call and on the phone and talk.
I'm
And
tired.
that,
yeah,
so
Tired
that's
of
good.
calls. I'm tired.
You're tired of
yeah.
calling?
But some people don't like to
Video
talk on
calls,
the
I'm not
phone.
talking over
Apparently,
video
some people
calls.
want to talk the whole
Tired.
day.
And the thing is,
Yo,
anyway, I just wrote that into my closing comments as well. Yeah, I mean, do what works for you. I think quite early on during the pandemic, we have people that must always chip in their 2 pence, their 2 cents, whether it makes sense or not, it is none of their concern. I think quite early on, people were kind of like, oh, during this pandemic, you know who your true friends are. Make sure you remember those who didn't check for you during this pandemic. Make sure, and I just realized that a lot of people are actually narcissistic in nature. It's not all
Mm,
about you. And I know I'm trying to cop out and, just giving myself a reason for not speaking to certain people. But at the end of the day, yeah, the world might kind of be at a standstill. But just like we've heard today, some people are actually still working. Some people have or may have lost someone that's close to them. Some people may be dealing with various levels of anxiety, uncertainty. So sometimes I just feel like during this pandemic, a lot of people have kind of resolved to that thing of, oh yeah, by the end of the day, everybody is free now. Like I can call you and speak to you for 7 hours. Okay, if you call me and you speak to me for 7 hours today, tomorrow if you call me and I don't pick, please don't complain. But but that being said, just try and I feel like everyone just needs to be a bit more sensitive, a bit more empathetic to people's causes. Not everyone has the same 24 hours. People are genuinely anxious at uncertain times, and the mind is as much as we've been saying today also, like being stuck in the house, the mind is a very weird, powerful and wonderful thing. Like sometimes you have thoughts playing over and over and over and over again, and unfortunately it's when you're in your own solitude, when things are quiet and people are anxious. So I would say don't take it to heart too bad if you're just there like, oh yeah, but I sent you a message at 10 a.m. and you're just replying at 3 p.m. You have no idea what's going on in people's lives. And not everyone is an oversharer. You might be the kind of person that when you pick up the phone, you're like ABCDE like me. Me, I can talk anybody's ear off. I can tell you, I woke up this morning, I opened the left eye before I opened the right eye. But not everybody is that way inclined. So just try and be a bit more sensitive and a bit more empathetic to people. And also don't put pressure on yourself. I remember at the beginning, like I said, I set so many targets for myself to the point that I was even getting myself worked up that I wasn't meeting my target. Please, who sets these targets if not me? Why am I angry? So don't feel pressured. Yeah, there's so many people out there like, oh, what have you learned during this lockdown? You're just sleeping and see if it's that sleeping and waking up that will get you through this lockdown, do it. It's nice to acquire a skill, but there's so much uncertainty. But if the skill that you're trying to learn in 3 months' time, that job and that entire industry is non-existent. Like just try and put a bit of thought into what you're actually trying to do to better yourself to come out stronger of this out of this pandemic. And that's all I have to say today. How about yourself? If there are any closing comments, closing
Oh yes,
words?
I just want to give a golden advice to everyone, viewers, people who watch it after. While
Mm,
you're coping with this lockdown, if you're bored, you've done everything, you're looking for what to do, just go to YouTube, type in the Nigerian, or go to Spotify, type in the Nigerian space, or go to Apple Podcast, the Nigerian space. Trust me, you'll see some nice things to watch on YouTube or listen to. So even if you want to ride your bike, you want to escape, you're doing laundry, trust me, you're gonna have exciting content to consume. So that is just my own 2 cents about coping with the lockdown.
And follow us on
cool,
our
cool,
social media
cool.
handles. Let us know what, even after listening and watching, you could also follow us on our social media. Send us a message. We'll reply. Somebody will
Mm-hmm.
reply, and we're always
Support us,
there.
guys. Really means a
Yeah.
lot to us. And make sure, I've mentioned it before, make sure you subscribe, comment, follow all our social media handles, which are currently on the screen. I'm going to be cheeky and read a message out from Whitney. Whitney, you must hold DJ Shoops accountable next week. Whitney says, DJ Shoops, won't you play us something small to close the show? We're actually working on that. We love hearing your ideas. We love hearing your suggestions. Next week, we're going to try and incorporate that. We were actually planning on doing that today. If you can see DJ Shoop, somebody asked him to stand up today. He refused to sit down. It was
Because I
because
have
he
a
was
block
actually
party. You are joining my block party. You are not sitting down. Yeah, if I sit
he was
down,
actually planning to give us some sweet sounds today, but technical issues and all that. We all know about the technical issues during this lockdown, these people not muting and unmuting, cameras doing all sorts on Zoom calls. But we will do better, we'll get better. We really appreciate your support, your feedback, your comments. And that's it today, guys. Thanks so much once again. Thanks a lot, Titi. Thanks a lot, Dewumi.
Thanks for
Hopefully, we'll
having
see you again soon.
Thank you
thank
Have
you
a
guys.
great
It
guys.
was
weekend.
lovely.
All
Bye.
right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.